When we make peace with life events, even when things don't go the way we want, we exhibit grace. When we manage stressful situations with humor, we exhibit grace. When we are accepting of others, we exhibit grace. Grace is not about physical beauty or having a ballerina's poise. It is composed of generosity, forgiveness, and equanimity in the face of trying times. Behaving with grace can prove challenging when we feel vulnerable. These are the moments when we must dig deep, appreciating what we do have, reaching out to our loved ones for help, and trusting in our higher selves to get us through. We have a degree of control over many of the issues that I will discuss in this book. Friendships, careers, family, sense of adventure, and spirituality, to name a few. But other issues, including inevitable changes to our physical appearance, the loss of fertility, or cancer, we can't control. To help cultivate grace under pressure, I often employ a metaphor that seems to resonate with most women. Imagine you're on your way to an important appointment. All of a sudden, you hit a horrible traffic jam. There's a big accident ahead, and as you come to a halt, you realize that you're going to be stuck there for some time. You have two choices. Tightly grip the wheel, feel your blood pressure rise, have a fit about missing your appointment, and curse the driver who caused the accident, or take a deep breath, accept the current reality, and reschedule your appointment. You might make a phone call to an old friend or listen to relaxing music. Life is that highway. There will always be the metaphorical traffic jams, accidents, thunderstorms, and other drivers filled with rage interfering with our plans and creating imbalance in our world. Unpredictability is the one constant. So it's not whether we'll encounter challenges in life, but rather how we handle them that matters. Believe me, I don't preach "don't worry, be happy" or some other pat slogan, but I do invite you to recognize that there are options for how you manage unexpected events. Fearing change means putting yourself on the defensive, raging against the traffic jam even though rage does you absolutely no good. Choosing to respond with grace, by contrast, allows you to sit back, adjust your expectations, and appreciate this unanticipated gift of time alone. Beauty battles. Perhaps the most pervasive challenge to a woman's sense of grace as she approaches her 40th birthday has to do with changes to her physical appearance. Not one of us can avoid the stubborn arrival of outward signs of aging. When we consider our modern culture of youth and glamour, we quickly understand why women feel so much anxiety about our looks as we grow older. Flip through any fashion magazine. In advertisements, we are bombarded by images of adolescent and 20-something women who are held forth as the standards of beautiful, airbrushed, digitally stretched out, and heavily made up as they are, with the obvious implication that older and natural women aren't worthy of our attention. It's true that this trend is slowly changing. Hollywood has been embracing women in their 40s, 50s, and even 60s on the silver screen. Think of Sandra Bullock, Holly Hunter, Glenn Close, and now we see older women in some ad campaigns. But still, when it comes to beauty, it is clear that our society values younger women more highly. During the course of our spiritual and emotional maturation, we come to recognize that placing too much value on appearance can be unhealthy, and that our ultimate worth comes from somewhere deeper than our skin. We journey inward, seeking to identify ourselves with our true natures, rather than judging ourselves and other people based on appearances. We also realize that beauty has more to do with who we are, our commitment to making the world a better place, our sacrifices on behalf of our family and friends, than how we look. Yet in spite of this movement from external to internal beauty, from looking hot to embodying grace, it is difficult for many women to adjust to and embrace their changing appearance as they age. Of course, the battle to be beautiful begins for most women long before the 40th birthday. Most of us tried a diet, or at a minimum worried about our weight, while we were still in junior high school. We may or may not have gained healthier self-images in our 20s and 30s. Many of us wage lifelong wars against weight, forever comparing our own bodies to the size 2 figures of models and celebrities, and forever struggling to lose those unwanted extra pounds. As they approach 40, women who have had children can't help but notice the wear and tear pregnancy put on their bodies, including stretch marks and sagging breasts. We all face an ever-increasing number of wrinkles, and often we feel that we are unavoidably beginning to look like our mothers. Why are the outward signs of aging so terrifying to us? First, they serve as inescapable reminders of our mortality. But there's another level to our panic about fading beauty. Many women who have been married for a while are concerned that their husbands, who were drawn to them in their 20s because of their fantastic legs or ivory skin, will no longer be attracted by the late 30s or 40s versions of themselves. They worry that their husbands will begin to look outside the marriage to be turned on, maybe to 22-year-olds with the ivory skin and fantastic legs that they once possessed. Single women express a similar concern. Men won't be interested in dating them once they turn 40 because they will be considered over the threshold age of beautiful in our culture. No matter how grounded we are in our sense of self, our careers, our families, our friendships, and our other passions, most of us worry about how we look. It matters to us that we are perceived as attractive. This is normal and natural. We are, after all, social beings. We want to remain beautiful as we age. Not only for our mates, our friends, and even our co-workers, but also for ourselves. We want to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. The question is not whether we'll face this challenge of changes to our physical appearance, but rather how we will choose to respond to it.